Why the 2023 Honda HR-V is not worth waiting. With the new 11th generation Civic, Honda has done an excellent job. The best affordable compacts currently available pretty much. And for our GP100 list from the previous year, it was a simple decision. It is the 2020s though, and in decline are sedans. The all-new 2023 Honda HR-V, which is quite literally that, what you would want if you were in charge of a product planning for Honda. The Civic, but a crossover. But why is the 2023 Honda HR-V not worth waiting for? Well, let's find out. Hey guys, welcome back to EV Zone, where we tell you the latest and trending news about electric vehicles. So stay tuned till the end of the video so you don't miss out on any information. And before we begin, make sure you subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon so you don't miss out on any of our amazing videos in the future. For the new entry-level SUV, Honda preserved the HR-V moniker, but they changed it from the global HR-V lineup. The second-row magic seat and the odd door knobs are removed. A more traditional crossover, also known as the ZR-V in China, is now available. It's built on the Civic and looks like a Civic. It's possible that Civic Cross would have been a better name. However, Honda's strange experience with the Accord Cross Tour probably prevented that decision. The superior chassis tuning of the Civic for its price range is its superpower. Additionally, the HR-V receives a small portion of this genius. The HR-V is more balanced and agile than you might expect, and the steering is direct and feels well balanced. For a low-cost crossover, the HR-V provided a surprisingly comfortable ride experience. Going over some bumpy pavement of Michigan grade was quiet and supple. Because of how smoothly the HR-V cruises, you can unintentionally exceed the posted speed limit by 10 to 15 miles per hour. The base engine of the HR-V, though, is downright depressing. The brand new HR-V is only one engine choice. It's a 2.0-liter, naturally aspirated engine that produces roughly 158 horsepower and is the Civic's base unit. Coupled with that power plant is a droning CVT transmission. It also turns out to be painfully slow. The HR-V's time from 0 to 60 miles per hour according to Motor Trend was 9.8 seconds. According to one review, the car whined, the rev meter spiked, and it appeared to me that the HR-V was not moving any quicker. I reached for the sport mode to execute a pass on the aforementioned rehearsal dinner trip, but there's no sport mode in the drive modes. With a Corolla Cross, a stronger hybrid was fitted. Honda should do the same, hopefully. Although elegant, the inside of the HR-V is a little less magical. Given the cost, Honda doesn't perform miracles. However, customers who choose the top-tier EXL trim, which I drove, won't feel underserved. The clean horizontal line that runs over the dash is a feature that makes the design resemble the new Civic. A sunroof, dual-zone climate control, comfy leather-wrapped steering wheel, and quilted leather, body-supporting seats are included. Additionally, you receive a lot of technology, including wireless options like remote starting, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto. The second-row magic seat, one of the HR-V's distinguishing traits from the previous generation, is gone. The magic seat could fold 60-40 and lay flat. The seat bottoms could flip up to make room for tall goods, and you could also remove the front passenger's headrest and fold that seat to make space for really long items. As a result, even though the new HR-V, which is based on the Civic, is larger, there's almost 4 cubic feet less cargo room. The HR-V is an entry-level, reasonably priced crossover. The beginning MSRP is $23,650. With the exception of fancy gold-colored rims, my top trim EXL tester with all-wheel drive came more or less fully equipped for $30,590 with the destination fee included. It also came with $395 Nordic Forest paint. The Toyota Corolla Cross at $22,445, a newly released crossover based on the Corolla, a competitor to the Honda HR-V, is the HR-V's most direct adversary. The strengths and weaknesses of both vehicles are similar, like ride quality or engine. A superb Mazda CX-30 at $22,500 is the driver's choice. The cargo capacity is less, however, for not all that much more money than an HR-V, you can step up with a 227 horsepower engine. The Kia Seltos at $22,840 and the Volkswagen Taos at $24,155 are two further attractive cross-shopping alternatives. Compared to the HR-V, it replaces the new model as a higher quality car. It feels more expensive than it is thanks to the ride and interior design, but it's tough to ignore the disappointing engine and CVT combination, especially when rivals offer stronger engines and traditional automatic transmissions. But what's new with the 2023 Honda HR-V that makes it a good buy? Let's find out. The HR-V is so much larger and more traditional than the subcompact SUV pioneer it replaces that it's no longer considered a subcompact SUV. It's one of the more substantial members of the so-called mid-compact class, as well as being more upscale and comfortable. It also has improved handling. Although there is more power, the performance isn't really improved because of the weight. The most significant distinction for many purchasers will likely be the inclusion of the most recent infotainment and safety systems from Honda. With the exception of the high floating center console covered in soft-touch pleather from the previous HR-V, albeit upgraded, the rest of the cabin's attractive design and above-average materials are essentially consistent with the new Honda Civic. I think that's wonderful. The wheel-to-door air vent covered with a honeycomb design that gives the appearance of metal is the most blatant Civic signal. This design aspect may get overused by Honda eventually, but for the time being, it's special. The touchscreen, which is also found on the Civic, is far superior than the one found on the outgoing HR-V since it is faster, more user-friendly, and just plain better. Additionally, it now incorporates shortcut buttons and a volume knob. Do those screens outperform the HR-V's competitors? Well, not really, especially in light of the Kia Seltos. They aren't much worse anymore either, as can be seen. In addition, there are 3 USB-A ports in the center console. The top-of-the-line EXL trim level also offers wireless charging in addition to wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto functionality. Versions with wires are common. Confusion arises from the fact that the HR-V is both larger and nearly the same size as the SUV it replaces, but ultimately the HR-V has climbed half a size up the SUV chart to join the likes of the Kia Seltos, Volkswagen Taos, Mazda CX-30, Toyota Corolla Cross, and Ford Bronco Sport. Along with the Taos, this airline has some of the best passenger space in its peer category and is one of the friendlier to families. A total of 24.4 cubic feet of cargo space is available, which is basically the same as before, but with the Seltos, Taos, and Bronco Sport having a little bit more, that is only the middle of the pack. They are also a little bit boxier, which ought to make loading them simpler. A cleverly designed multi-hinge seat bottom that dips into the footwell allows for the back seat of the HR-V to at least fold completely flat. With front-wheel drive, the EPA estimates that the vehicle will achieve 28 miles per gallon combined, 32 miles per gallon on the highway, and 26 in the city. Using all-wheel drive will reduce it to 25, 30, and 27. And compared to the more potent competitors, this is actually lower. So how does the HR-V feel to drive? It moves quite slowly and lacks any low-end oomph. Its piddling 138 pound-feet of torque arrives at a lofty 4,200 RPM. Contrary to the zippy, tiny turbo engines of many competitors, nothing much happens when you press the throttle. Heck, the Subaru Crosstrek standard engine has more torque, and the vehicle buyers ultimately persuaded Subaru to provide a more potent upgrade. When in sport or low settings, the CVT performs a good job of acting like a pretty normal transmission by imitating gears and even providing engine braking when traveling downhill. The sport mode doesn't really live up to its advertising if you want to move things ahead quickly, because it upshifts too quickly. Paddle shifters are not offered. And that's going to end today's episode. We sincerely hope you enjoyed our video. Please subscribe and leave a comment down below your own thoughts, and don't forget to like today's video and share it with your friends and family. And we'll see you in the next one. Hey, thanks for watching and have a great day.